3x3 is the key. It's a new wave. 3x3 is the purest, most accessible form of the game, but it's also the most modern, exciting and intense version that's giving new opportunities to hoopers, to coaches, to creators and to the whole basketball community. I can't wait to see it grow, and for us all to make a mark in British basketball, both at home and on the world stage.
What is 3x3? "3x3. It is the talk of the town, especially with the sport making its debut at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham this year. It is different from your usual 5-on-5 basketball. Make no mistake, it is the most intuitive way to play the game. All you need is 6 people, 1 ball, and 1 hoop. The sport, with its unique rule set and atmosphere, has garnered global interest. All eyes will be on Team England as they look to leave a mark at the tournament while also creating a legacy in the process.
It's great for the country. A lot of people can get involved. It doesn't matter who you are, how old you are, you know, what, if you're male or female, it doesn't matter. Everyone can play. So I love that aspect of it. But from a playing standpoint, the opportunity to represent my country is, you know, something that I always jump for. And to be able to play such an exciting, fast-paced game and represent my country at the same time, it's just a win-win. And if we can showcase, you know, what it's like at the top level, maybe we can inspire the next generation.
I think for non-basketball fans who are kind of on the cusp of liking the sport, I think it'll be great to like kind of bridge the gap. And I think that's what it's doing, because the game is so fast and so short. Anyone can pick it up, anyone can play it. You don't need to have 10.
3x3 basketball has started to make waves on the regional front in the UK, with amateur teams coming together to compete in national tournaments.
Having 3x3 on the international stage, but then also having it on like the club level, will definitely show young people that there's an option. Other countries have been doing 3x3, do you know what I mean? Even at the club level, international level. So it's nice for players to see that they've got options, and to see that they can also do well, not only playing 3x3 or not only playing 5v5. You've now got options to play basketball, to still be involved in the sport in different levels and different ways, and I think that'd be really important.
The Team GB 3x3 sides will look to bring home a medal in August, but the culture for the sport has been building right here in London.
So the basketball community has always had a very tight family feel. You know, like we always say, like, well, I always say the UK B-ball fam, because it is a family and everyone is trying to support each other in some way or other. I think for 3x3 basketball in particular, because it's so closely affiliated with grassroots basketball, there's an even stronger feel, like an even stronger like community feel. And you see that at any event. Doesn't matter who's running the 3x3 event. It can be both outdoors in particular, but indoors as well, like the GG3x3 Summer Tournament. Like the feeling of like family, community, and just love amongst everyone is amazing.
In 2021, Martin made his vision for 3x3 a reality.
The opportunity for everyone involved is huge. We're all taking on the challenge to become elite in 3x3 basketball and pioneer a way for 3x3 basketball teams and organisations in the UK. It's giving everyone a chance to do more, to raise their profile and their skills and be the best they can be while representing the city and country. That's why we set up the London Warriors.
After an enlightening last season, the London Warriors began preparations for a triumphant return this year, establishing themselves as the first fully staffed semi-professional 3x3 team in the UK.
So we're running trials for the London Warriors, and it's our second set of trials. We ran the first trials last week, and this is kind of like the final day where players can participate, try out, and try and be part of our team. Last season it was kind of open to absolutely anyone. This time we've kind of changed the criteria, so it's a little bit more elite, I would say. And now what we're doing is we've had our first set of trials, we've cut that down to 10 players, and now those 10 players are now here today, and then we'll choose our 4 for the main team and then 2 reserves today.
Hopefuls from all across the country have showed out in the tryouts, vying for a chance to represent the Warriors.
We're just looking for well-rounded players who we feel are more positionless we can kind of interchange them, they can switch on defense and it won't be a liability, things like that. And just people who share our vision of really making something big out of 3x3.
Coachability has been a point of focus for those behind the scenes. Players have been tasked to not only showcase their individual skills, but also directly impact the development of a winning culture while playing cohesively as a team.
I think with my mindset for it has always been let's strengthen the weakness and then just keep adding to the strength. Recently, I'm thinking in this tournament, if every person has their own strength and it comes together, then they're able to, obviously, as a team, help each other's weaknesses. But if the strengths are where they need to be, it'll be enough to just do what we need to do.
It was a grueling session. There was a sense of synergy on the court. Despite being an open tryout, the bond between the players on the court was seamless.
So, yeah, I just want to say, look, thanks a lot for showing up today and doing what you do. I'm really impressed. Really impressed. And
someone who's got a technical was kicked out of the game.
The stakes were high. This wasn't just another team for hoopers to have fun playing the game. The Warriors had high ambitions. They wanted to compete at the highest level, and they wanted to win.
Around this time.
Our team on 3, our city on 6. 1, 2, 3. Our team. 4, 5, 6. Our city. Good job. Like that. 1, 2, 3. Our team. 4, 5, 6. Our city.
It was now up to the coaches to make their assessment. A week after the tryouts, the decision had been made. We had the new look London Warriors.
Antonio, absolute force to be reckoned with. I mean, he is powerful as hell. He makes great decisions in shot selection and an amazing team player. Gideon is Mr. Energy. He's the fuel and the fire, Gideon. Incredible energy on the court, a great teammate as well, and can get buckets when he needs to. Maloney is the spiritual beast on the court, 6'10", focused. If you see him play, if you see him driving to the rim, you just want to get out of the way. Will White, like, shoot is going to shoot. For a young player, his confidence on the court is just phenomenal. So, yeah, man, one of the best shooters I've seen play. Theo Jarrett, athletic, concentrated, focused baller, who will shoot the lights out. John Manning has the X factor with basketball. Incredible athlete, will take the team on when he needs to, and hopefully we'll see him back soon. Eleanor is the happiest player, always smiling even if she gets knocked down, even with a bruise, and also just the most incredible shooter. Melita, pro mentality, great energy, a great team player, and we'll just go and get buckets. If she wants to go to the hoop, she's going to the hoop. Dominique we selected because she is an absolute force to be reckoned with. Fantastic footwork, great IQ on the court, sadly injured, but really hope she'll be back on the court soon. Kanisha, absolutely integral to the basketball community. She represents, as far as I'm concerned, London and UK, not just basketball, but like the street ball 3x3 vibe. Mary Lou's a new player on the team. She wasn't part of the squad last season. She brings some really good 3x3 experience with her. She's a creator. Carlota brings that Spanish energy with her, both on and off the court. Great court IQ, knows exactly where she needs to be on the team. And when she's playing defense, I mean, you do not want to be trying to get around her because she's incredible at D. Josephine is like a footwork goddess in the paint. Her IQ of how to move around, she's long, so she knows how to get to the hoop a lot, but also just a great team player. She brings that energy.
The team had their sights set on the first event of the summer in June, the Red Bull half-court event. The prize? The opportunity to compete in an international tournament in Egypt. Training sessions would be held twice every week in the lead-up for the men's and women's team. While many players were returning to the squad for their second season, the new additions made them an entirely different entity.
So the process for us is, you know, just getting everyone acclimated to playing with each other. A lot of these guys, they know each other from around the circuit, but maybe they're not particularly used to playing in each other, especially in this setting with these rules, right? So it's just allowing people to, you know, get to know one another.
The initial focus was on building fundamental skills, working on the foundation, all while staying true to the essence of 3x3.
We start with athletic testing, speed, so looking at people's footwork, seeing how quick people are. Then when the actual 3x3 started, in terms of the games and stuff, just seeing how people move, seeing who had what in their skill set, what can they do, what can't they do, how is that going to help the team and build the team the way I envision it to be a strong team to win stuff.
So we just play a whole bunch of games, kind of throw in a rule here and there, but it's just allowing them to explore each other's games. Like, okay, this guy's really good at, you know, rolling off the pick, or this guy always likes to pop, or this guy is like, you know, he cuts really well. So the better you know your teammate, you know, you'll be able to read and figure out what they're gonna do, you know, just before it happens. And then we just start layering it up with plays. So we wanna see how they play, and then design systems around them.
I just want to say it's good to see that we did some of the skill stuff and people tried to implement straight away. Everything we did, like the dribbling stuff and the footwork, I'm expecting you to rep all the time. That needs to be in the bag for the summer. Because everything we did, just the little things will make a big difference. Yeah?
We know you guys can play. Now we're just trying to make sure that you're playing the right way, because I guarantee you right now, get to those tournaments, everyone is going to be playing like one-on-one, like maybe some passing here and there, but no one's really structured. They're just getting together with friends and, yeah, let's go play ball out or whatever. We're trying to be different, you know what I'm saying? We're thinking for the future as well, you know, but we're starting now.
With just a few days left until the Red Bull half-court event, the Warriors took to the court at Finsbury Park. Not only is it the venue for the upcoming tournament, it is the home for 3x3 basketball in the city.
I played a lot of the tournaments last summer, but against them. And this year I saw the trials were up, so I signed myself up and a friend. My friend got in, and unfortunately she ruptured her Achilles. So then they called me, and I'm just doing it for her and for me as well.
Coach Benjamin Lowman was in charge of the drills on their final training session. Both the men's and women's side have spent the last few weeks getting accustomed to not only just their teammates, but the rapid sport of 3x3 as well.
I think the pace of the game and like the stamina side of things, you never have a break, that you rarely have a timeout. The games are really quick, but you can't like sleep. As soon as you scored, you've got to get back and play D. So
the players have had to get used to the taxing requirements of the game. It demands unending effort on both offense and defense, all while the 12-second shot clock bears down. It became apparent that 3x3 is the all-encompassing crash course for basketball.
So we want to be inspiring hoopers to realize that, yeah, you know what, maybe there is something to this 3x3. Maybe I can be trained in the off season, or maybe, oh, actually, yeah, like I see what they're doing, and maybe there is something like an elite way that I can get into basketball in an elite way that isn't just 5-on-5. Also, maybe there's new skills that I can learn that maybe will help me with my 5-on-5. So there's definitely inspiration through that.
The biggest shift for me has been like, I know I've always had the capability to play outside, but I had never been forced to, and now I have to. So I feel like that has been the biggest shift for me, but I like it.
Any two-way move going baseline, bro. Make you believe you're going middle, hit you quick baseline. Whip that thing baseline, okay? Are you ready? Let's go.
The men's team was dealing with setbacks. Theo Jarrett and John Manning would not be a part of the squad on Saturday. They did, however, join the team in training ahead of the tournament.
You know, obviously we practice twice a week and everything. We get our strength and conditioning in. Shout out Coach Nate and all of that. Skills training, Coach Benji, Coach Afif. We always go at it in training, lots of 3x3 games, lots of little games. And it's just about kind of understanding what we can do, our strengths, our principles, and then just coming to dominate and compete and just go at everyone at the tournament and have a good time, you know.
Despite circumstances, morale remained high within the team as they had their sights set on victory.
As much as basketball is a great participant sport, you want to win. There's a winner and a loser. There's no draw, there's no, you win or you lose, and I'm at that mindset where I want to win, and I feel like it's my time to win and it's our time to win as well. And yeah, it's all about winning for me. Ugly, clean, beautiful, pretty, scrappy. We just want to win, and I feel like that's what we're going to do.
We've been working as the London Warriors towards our first tournament, and you know, it's going to be a really great vibe. I think we're probably going to see more teams. I think the intensity is going to be, and the level of play is going to be even better, especially because people know that you can go away. So I think there'll be way more of a competitive energy there. But I can't wait. I mean, I think as a first event, it's a great first event, really big brand behind it. Can't wait to be there.
With each training session, the side had developed an identity, each player contributing to all aspects of the game. What once felt like a daunting task has now become second nature for the Warriors. Preparations had come to an end. It was now time for the Red Bull half-court event. An embodiment of 3x3 basketball, Finsbury Park was full of hoopers who shared the love for the game. For the London Warriors though, winning meant everything.
Are we ready to hoop today? Make some noise! Okay, my name is MC Tahir Haja alongside my partner in crime, DJ Wait. Welcome.
We really want to put London Warriors on the map, and I think this is the first step of doing so at our first tournament. So hopefully we can, you know, go out, really compete, show guys what we can do, and win.
While the Warriors were prepared, it wasn't going to be an easy task. The event had attracted the best 3x3 sides in the country, all vying for a chance to compete in Egypt. The players have shared a bond with each other, one that has flourished over the weeks. Before the frenzy commenced, there was a moment of serenity. The men's team tipped off the proceedings, starting the group stages off against Give Me Sport. The team showed no signs of early jitters as they earned a statement 21-0 win in their first game. The intensity emanating from the Warriors was a result of the weeks they had spent thriving as a collective prior to the event.
I think just pushing each other and being accountable, like even when we're tired in practice, we pick each other up. We've got great team spirit, and yeah, I'm hoping that will carry through to the tournament.
The women's team showcased their toughness in a hard-fought win against No Spain, No Gain. The opening games for both teams proved to be a sign of things to come in the preliminary rounds. The men and women picked up gritty wins against their adversaries, going undefeated heading into the next stage of the contest.
Yeah, so we've just finished group stages with #1 in our group so far. It's been good. It's been some good competition, some tough games, some slightly easy games. Slowly we'll hopefully keep progressing and keep going through the tournament and get the win in the end is what we're hoping for.
The first round of the knockouts was a wake-up call for the men's side who had coasted through the initial games. They had to endure an early physical challenge. However, the side eventually found their groove and pulled off the win. Their run would be short-lived, however, as they faced AD23 in the quarterfinals. This time it was the Warriors with an early hot start. Yet it was their opponents who controlled most of the game. There was no quit in the men as they kept fighting back. But ultimately, it wasn't their night as the team went out to the eventual champions.
We're continuing to get better. Obviously, it's our first tournament. We're going to continue going better and better and better as the time goes by. But it's fun, man. Like, my mum's always said, you got to love what you do. And I love playing basketball. I love these guys. I love 3-on-3. And I'm loving every moment. So I'm soaking every moment it is.
There was something brewing for the women, however. Starting as they left off in the group stages, they picked up impressive wins in the quarterfinals and semifinals against Hoops I Did It Again and Team Elite. Melita took control of the proceedings on both sides of the game. Josephine with the masterful footwork. Eleanor started rolling from the perimeter.
Last year we could have finished stronger. We were in some good positions. We're in the final, the semi-finals, so that definitely left a sour taste. So yeah, looking to win. The score was 11-5. The Warriors had made it all the way to the finals. The result was certain. The Warriors had comprehensively been the better side so far. Their aim was set. The women were here to win it all. Team Guard Up took an early lead. Unfazed, the Warriors hit back. They battled for every rebound, every play. To 5. They had done it. The belief in the system they had worked on never wavered. Their mission never wavered.
But it's not over here. Coming up next.
The exhausting hours, the injuries, the setbacks. In the end, it was all worth it.
Last year, we kept getting to the finals, and finally getting here in the second year to win. I'm happy the girls executed exactly what we wanted, and we had fun doing it too. I'm just so excited. I can't wait for Egypt too.
The London Warriors are a beacon for basketball in the country. Each member of the organization represents a bigger idea, inspiring those who one day aim to be a part of the developing culture, using 3x3 as a means. If 3x3 is anything for basketball in the UK, it's hope.